Hey guys, welcome on in. All right, go ahead and grab your popcorn or plug in your AirPods or something. Um, we're going to do a fun reading today. We are going to do two different decks. We are going to do the gold tarot, or sorry, the gold foil tarot. I don't like saying gold foil because I feel foiled, like oh, you got foiled, like whatever. It's the gold tarot to me. And my Taurus rising loves the luxurious things, doesn't mind working hard for them. And okay, and the witch tarot for pile two. So we're gonna do two piles. So we have the gold tarot, and then we have the witch tarot. So take your pick. The topic I should have told you from the get-go is what do people think of your social media? So we're gonna do a reading on this and be fun and different and whichever one you're naturally drawn to. So pick a card is just like whatever you're naturally drawn to. If you're like, oh, I'm curious about this one because it's not something I'd rather go for, then cool, go with that inclination and see where it leads. If you're drawn to the gold because you're you were like me and you're like, oh, I love gold, I love luxury, I love, whatever. Your reason is whatever it is, if you're feeling drawn to either of them, do that. If you have a number generator, then do a number generator between 1 and 10 and see how many times one or two comes up. I don't know. Um, but basically that's kind of the thing. You get really clear about your intention of what you want to learn and listen to, and then between the readings you would choose that way, just like when you're like filtering on like say Instagram or like BB News or something like that, right? So I was gonna say BBN, that's funny. BB News. Anyways, so like when you're like, oh, do I want comedy? Do I want church? Do I want, current events and what's going on in the political world of our existence, just whatever it is, right? Or do I want puppies and dandelions? Like, okay, whatever, whatever. So those are just examples of how pick a cards work. So again, we have pile one is gold, pile two is which tarot, and which one are you going to choose? Okay, so we're going to start with the gold foil tarot. And there I said foil, and I went, what? Okay, cool. Excuse me, my gosh. Okay. All right, collective. Thank you so much for coming in. It's nice to have you here. If you chose pile one, the gold tarot, this is your pile. And look, the significator today is the Nine of Cups. That's amazing. I love that for you. So as an overall energy, coming in with, it's just more about Nine of Cups is all about like wishes granted and fulfillment, and that your heart is full and that you're accomplishing what you're setting out to do and that your dreams are coming true. So I'm really excited for you with that. So let's see if that is conveyed in your social media or if that's something that you keep private. Oh gosh, okay. Oh man. Okay. Okay. Depending on what your social media is. So if it's work or business or if it's personal, you have and your audience really pays attention to, they pick up on the fact that you've been through a lot. They pick up on the fact that maybe there's some anger, pent up anger or frustration. Maybe there's a lot of emotions about like maybe betrayals in the past or current. You're in this season of bringing people along on your journey. And my eyebrow's itching for some reason on the right side. So that's interesting. So in light of insight, from more of like a masculine approach. So that's interesting. Okay. And it's on the outside. So it's people looking into your life, seeing okay, so what's the images like when you take a picture and it comes through like usually it comes in color unless the film is black and white, back in the day. So, you know how the filter, you can make it black and white or sepia, or, I call it vivid color Panasonic, right? So what is showing up to me is, hmm, you may be somebody that's incredibly expressive in your writing. I'm getting itchy again. So your thoughts. Okay. People are taking the way that you communicate about like your posts almost like inform people of your like emotional well-being. Um, when usually that would be an underlying, people are really paying attention to, it's like you can teach people while you're expressing an emotion. That's what I'm trying to say. That's part of what I'm trying to say. Um, it's like people, okay, so how do you say this? Okay. Something happened swiftly, something that you felt betrayed. You may be sharing your story about how you've had major disappointment or felt betrayed or a perspective on something. Okay. You may have, this is interesting. So it could be like law firm or something like that, right? So as far as business and stuff, because right now we have the Ten of Swords, the Knight of Swords, and the Seven of Pentacles with a significator card that is not revealed just yet. Okay. And you had the overview of Nine of Cups, which is you're building your stability back up to like it took a lot for you, right? Okay, so I feel like you've been keeping your, I don't want to say your journey in front of people, but you share your journey with your audience and they're able to progress, learn, and explore with you on the journey of life. And you have a lot to share, and a lot of people glean the wisdom from your social media and what you do share. Okay. I am seeing that you have a pretty good following or, some type of platform where you are sharing about investments, or you could be like insurance company or teaching people about financials, and it could be like side hustle. I heard candid, so you may take a lot of pictures and post them, or you just may have, I heard ruthless, like I think it's just your way of like connecting with the world, and to express yourself is like, I'm just gonna be myself. I'm just gonna say it. Like, and you shouldn't have done it if you don't want it on the social media or something. So in that way, I guess you could be ruthless. Not everybody would feel comfortable to share that kind of stuff, but there are plenty of people that find solace and encouragement from the ways that you do communicate, right? So maybe people have gone through a hard time too, and they had like not the same experiences, but the theme or the concept of those experiences really resonate for them, and they glean from the messages that you share. Okay. And they're able to make better decisions for themselves. Maybe they're a couple stages behind your journey, and because you shared it, they're able to go, oh my gosh, I remember when so and so posted this, pile one posted this, and that really plays out now. And I remember, XYZ, their actions in the situation and how that played out. So it gives them kind of like a blueprint map, guide to be able to go, oh, okay, so if I do it like this, it could potentially turn out as A, but if I go over here, it could potentially turn out as B, and C is completely unknown as well. So it just gives them like choices. And my inner ear, that's funny, my left ear is itching. So that's interesting. People could be talking about you, your social media. Um, you could have employers that are looking at your social media. You could have people that are really interested in getting to know you and know your story, who are looking for details or dirty information is what I heard. So you could be having people like biding their time and waiting, for, I don't know, dirty information. And with the Seven of Pentacles, they're waiting quite a while. There's a sense of like people really admire the troubles you've seen. I used to have a friend of the family who used to say, nobody knows the trouble I've seen. And she was she was a mom of our kids, like friends, so us as kids, our friends that we grew up with, it was their mom, and she was very dear to our hearts. Whole family was, and we just, as life happens, you just grow and blossom, and everybody leaves on their own path. But one of the things that she would say, she would constantly remind her husband, and I felt bad for her husband because it's like people don't want to be reminded of the past all the time. It's like, how can you move forward? How can you grow? And how can you lean in together to grow? Um, Anyways, I don't know. I just was sharing that. It takes two to tango, you know? So, anyways, sometimes there has to be a leader to kind of initiate and show those things, or set the example, right? And so you're doing that through your social media. I'm going to pull more cards here. You're incredibly introspective, so that's so great. We got the hermit after all of that. So like I said, people are learning from your social media. They're learning from your experiences. They're gaining insight and wisdom into the parallels of the concepts of what they've lived through and what they're experiencing. And I feel like it could be after your timeline. If yeah, there's so many swords here, it's insane. So that'd be what, 10, 12, so it'd be like 22. Oh my gosh, 22 is I was gonna say a sexy number. That's too funny. 22, okay, so that actually lines up with your 9 of Cups significator. So that's so cool. 22 is a numerology number of 4. It is a master number. It's a master builder number. And it just means your dreams are within reach. Don't give up. Like, continue investing the effort, continue investing the energy, just investing it all. Because you definitely have the 7 of Pentacles here, and it's talking about, time investing and your resources investing. And um, you could be also presenting, man, I just keep seeing like more emotional. I feel like it's more because it's so air sign coordinated. So it's so air element, and then it's so earth. It's air and earth. It's like, so you could be like, okay, think of a cusp that's like air earth. So like the first thing that comes to mind is Taurus Gemini, right? Um Aquarius Capricorn. What else, Lord? There's got to be at least one more. I think it's like 3 or 4. But you get the idea. Okay. So it doesn't have to be in any certain order, but in this regard, it's showing up as the thoughts. Um, you know, yeah, spirit's sharing something with me and I just got sidetracked. Okay. So that's interesting. And this looks like more of like the soloist on his journey or her journey. There's a lot more masculine energy here. There's also a lot more solo persons, individual persons represented on these cards. And I love that it's to air, to earth. So that's interesting. So it's almost like you find your grounding and communicating, and you're kind of learning, you are learning, and people are also learning how to temper their thoughts that may feel unsafe to express. And they're also learning to express more. So for the people on this side who are learning to ground and become more tempered, that could be more air sign elements, fire elements, reverse water elements, and then this side could be more of the hey, this is a great example. I admire people who speak up, or oh my gosh, I'm intimidated by people who are forceful and speak up. It's like, it's almost like you're teaching people how to balance the energies within themselves along their path and journey, and listening to the inner voice for each stage in which they can spiritually evolve and grow. But ultimately, that's not how you're presenting it. You're just somebody that spits it out like fire, like a fireball. It's kind of like when you're upset, you don't really care about hurting people's feelings or offending anybody. I keep hearing they shouldn't have fucked up in the first place or something. So that's intimidating a little bit, but it shows that you've been kind of tempering out, and that you may have also so what this tells me too is your journey, people who, okay, I'm just people who are watching your social media somehow identify as a cornerstone. The things that hook them in are, doesn't have to be a trauma thing, but it's more like a situation happened and they don't have to know the exact situation, but there's either like anger or upset or emotion of some kind. And then there's like you're gleaning something. So it's almost like, I don't know, if like somebody makes you upset or doesn't trust you or something, and you're like, I know I'm trustworthy, like, or I'm not doing anything or whatever, right? Or maybe you are doing something and you just feel crappy because you got caught, or something, right? I don't know. Um, I saw this post the other day where I'm just gonna say it. Um, I wish I could remember it exactly. Um, but like a post like, well, I don't know. It could be one of y'all's posts, so I don't know. But should I say it? Okay, I'm not gonna say it, but dang it. Okay. Would have been a great example, but I don't wanna. Um, anyway, so people are learning, you're becoming somebody who can share wisdom through the transgressions of your journey. And aren't we all partially here to do that? So in everything that we do, right? So, right, let's get another card. I'm thinking two, maybe three. What else are people thinking from the social media that pile one has? Ooh, baby. All right. Wow, you are that would have totally that post would have totally fit. Okay. The post that I saw, I wish I could remember it, but basically it was like addressing gentlemen and was like, hey guys, or I don't remember. It wasn't like, dang it, I wish I could remember. I'm so sorry. Basically, it was just like, guys, um, something about like your lady doesn't have to check your phone to know that you're talking to another woman. And it's like a gift that Satan gave her or something, right? I can't remember how it went, but it was ingenious and it makes me think of like Gemini energy, which is hilarious and offensively crude at the same time. And I guess I wouldn't want to be that person that like caught that person in the act of something, right? But that tends to be, I tend to be like, oh, I caught you, but I'm not saying anything about it. So not right away anyways. Yeah, so I thought that's interesting. That's a great example of this reading that's coming through, this energy that's coming through. And who knows, it could be your energy that we're picking up on. So if you're here, bravo, bravo to your post, and you're reaching lots of people. Oh my gosh, that is so funny. Our iPad over here is speaking to us. It says, calm down. It says, calm down. Simadana over there. Okay, Simadana. It's pile note one. You need a Simadana over here, getting people all riled up. So, people are recognizing that you're willing to walk away from something, to go reach your happiness, and you're willing to speak the truth to be able to deliver yourself, or maybe you see things and in a situation in the world, in I mean it could also be about, I was gonna say politics as well, but maybe it could be about like land, or like I was gonna say recreational, that's not right. What do you call that, like parks and stuff like that? Oh, I can't remember. Okay, whatever, like state and city parks, just stuff like that. Maybe you have some knowledge about that, or you could be OSHA, you could have a website about like OSHA and regulations and standard of practice or something like that. Or you could work into human resources. And even though it's not like PR status over here, it is talking about, oh wow, that's interesting. Even if people were to leave a situation, like how to handle those things. And I got like even litigation again. Um, I see in here too, like prison guard or prison warrior is what I heard, right? Um, you could be a defender of the people, and you get really riled up when your boundaries are crossed or when you are vulnerable because you get caught on something. Like that was just the perfect example with like that person who posted like a text or something. It was like, it made me think that person got caught and they didn't own up to it, which is not cool ever. Never ever is that not cool. It never ever is that cool ever. Um, but There's a sense of also looking at things with a deeper perspective. And I think you teach people to look at things from a deeper perspective, pile one, which is really cool. Your social media is about sharing the truth in a situation, even if you have to walk away towards something that brings you healing and happiness. Um, you have to be convicted with a certain truth first, and you're not afraid to share those things. It's like live by the sword, die by the sword kind of thing, like a ride or die. But ultimately, people see you as like a solo traveler. Um, they see you as like a messenger in the world, bringing a greater, higher consciousness of awareness in some type of like thoughts, communication, um, hmm, communication. Yeah, there's something about like saying goodbye and having communication. But like there's something like a contract, it could be like soul contract, and like going to your higher timeline with a soulmate of some kind, or seeking a higher timeline because it's right under the star is right underneath the vermin. Wow, that's kind of strange. But the hermit, that's interesting. Um, and then the Ace of Swords right under the Seven of Pentacles. Those four cards alone make me think about, oh wow. And then the Knight of Swords and the Ten of Swords and the Eight of Cups are making me think of like um, a trap that was set maybe, or something that your spirit guides protected you from, or something that somebody went rushing in for. Something didn't go your way. Well, that text, yeah, that like Instagram post that didn't go that way for that person either. I'm not laughing at you if you're in this pile, but hey, that was a great prime example. Just temper your tongue. I mean, don't just, but tempering your tongue would bring you honey, not vinegar, and help to be seen in a more positive light, but people would get more from it. And it shows me you're a communicator and that you're introspective and that you're a deep thinker. And people really are able to see this. And maybe you see facts that are not shared on the surface, and maybe you do research and you do different things and you bring that to light. And maybe that's your job, and maybe part of your purpose in life is helping people to see, is it behind the veil? Not necessarily in a spiritual way, but kind of in a practical, traditional way. Um, I'm not gonna get into the stuff I want to get to with the world, but and you could be someone who travels. The Knight of Swords always makes me think of night transportation. PM, if you want to say too, but like the actual KNIGHT transportation with the big semi trucks. You're welcome for the plug and accent. You're welcome. I also see here that maybe there's been a lot of loss in your life. People really see that. I'm seeing here too, I keep getting business. So you probably have like a business website or platform or something where people really are able to see the heart of a situation, the heart of a service, the heart of your communication and whatever dynamic it could be, but or not dynamic, event or situation that it could be. But dynamic is that you're incredibly expressive and usually a little explosive. There's a lot of anger, frustration, and like pent up emotion. And people see that you really suppress that and hold it in. And instead of expressing it, you just walk away from things, possibly. Oh, it's like after you've expressed it, then you get angry. Interesting. Oh, once you get angry, once you have those emotions, that's a different timeline. This also shows too, like, I'm getting the feeling that on your social media, so that's again a prime example, right? So in all these ways, it's almost as if you're able to capture events that have happened, so conversations or whatever, and you're able to describe them. I was gonna say Uber, Uber Lyft ride, a taxi, just like different events, and you're able to pull people in an engaging, thrilling way that educates them of the entire experience or the scope of what you want them to see. And you're able to structure it to support your perspective of what you want them to emotionally connect to. That's like borderline manipulation. Holy crap. But you could be just very gifted in your communication. Definitely, and you're seen for that. hmm And there's a lot of teacher energy here. I got the nose. The nose always itches and scratches when it's almost like you got it on the nose. um, but there's also like deep soul awakening and ascending. So you could have been like hell and back, you could have been to the depths of like below the earth to above. So it's like you could have a lot of like light and dark energy to you. And from your social media, people are learning how to temper their emotions, how to learn how to communicate better and more concisely. They're learning that when it's okay to walk away, when it's okay to speak their truth, it's okay, like that communicating about their experiences can bring great healing. Okay. And it's okay to see things as they are or how they appear to be, as well as looking deeper. And when you look deeper, there's a whole new perspective, a whole new world that sometimes you can't see from what's communicated or not communicated. Oh, wow. There's a lot lost in translation when something's not communicated. Of course, we already kind of know that, but um, it's almost like you just have that teacher vibe too, You have like the teacher vibe, you have not in you could be an instructor too, but I was gonna say teacher wisdom. Like people know that you're wise, that you have a lot of wisdom because you've been through a lot of ish in your life. But you've come out and you've learned kind of to cut away all the crap. I was trying to think, what could you be posting about? Those were great examples. You could be like somebody who's like a history buff or something, and you could be watching a lot of like, um, is it not war reincarnation, but that like the History Channel, right? How they would do reenactments, like history reenactments, war reenactments. I just heard we're gonna have our own war reenactment in real life pretty soon. Against clear delete. Okay. People really know that if they want the truth, they can come to you or come to your website. And it's like a guiding light for them, especially with the star under the hermit, like, oh yeah. And then next to the swords, like the Ace of Swords. And you're gonna help them through, help them through. You're gonna help them to see the truth in situations. And you're gonna help them to, I said him on accident. You're gonna help them to get a deeper understanding. Okay, and how to move forward. Okay. There's a sense of getting out of your emotions and using your brain. You do have cups here, but it's almost like you're leaving people on your social media, they perceive it as though it's like anytime there's like emotions involved, that's when they see not volatile, but like this kind of like reactionary kind of these posts. You don't feel comfortable with emotion or deep emotion because you are somebody that feels deep emotion. Being that you have the Hermit with the Seven of Pentacles and the Eight of Cups, it shows me that you have deep emotion. And the fact that you have such anger with feeling so betrayed so quickly, like you could be You have that earth stable, secure, consistent energy, and then all of a sudden you're boom, and like you're just like it can be volatile switch. And it can feel that way to you, like just you're like you swing, like you're like, okay, I'm open and now I'm closed. Um, I'm really freaking PO'd and I'm like want to burn the world on fire, and then all of a sudden you're zen. Um, so you could have two mindsets, and kind of have I was gonna say a trigger or proximity minds emotionally that you just don't feel safe acknowledging. You'll acknowledge it, um, but it's almost like a vulnerability you're not willing to outwardly express. You'd rather be in hermit mode and think about those things almost in a fantastical way, like fantasy, like, um, to aspire, and wish upon a star. But there's a sense of like, do you feel that you are worthy of that as well? But people really are rooting for you, and they see when you're expressing truth and when you're helping to enlighten them of the truth, they feel like you're that star, right? And they feel like you're a guiding light, and um, you're somebody they want to have on their team in the zombie apocalypse. So pile one, that's a fantastic, fun, different kind of reading. So I'm interested to learn about your social media, and the fact that you have Seven of Pentacles here shows me that you've probably had some history on your social media, and either you've had it up for a while or you have a lot of different kinds of messages, and it's been through different seasons of your life, and people are almost able to read your timeline and see how you've evolved and grown and see your journey, and like we said, learn from it for their own journey, glean a lot from it for information, advice, different things like that. And they know that you're going to speak what's your truth, and oftentimes you're not somebody who bluffs things, right? So if you feel volatile, you're going to say it. If you feel insecure, you probably show it, by getting even more upset. um but the star is here, and so it's a healing journey, and you're being seen. Somehow you're in the spotlight and you're being seen. Somehow, um, those closest to you know what you've had to walk away from, that have um, helped you find a truth, and you're on the road to healing. And you seem to be, because of how bold in your communication and thought process and, I want to say expressions, but that you are with your audience. People have a healthy intimidation and respect for that. So you're helping to teach people how to think, I want to say differently, think more, how do you say, like imagery. You're helping people to think more like in metaphors, personification. That's not right. Gosh, I don't know. You're just helping them to think, period. And that's incredible gift. So thanks, Bio One. I hope you enjoyed this reading, and I look forward to seeing you in another reading soon. So check out my other videos. Please like, share, and subscribe. If you like my vibe, would love to have you part of their tribe. I know it's catchy. I'm sorry. That's all right. You know what? Literally, what just came up is the sword and the freaking star. So that means we would really love to have you part of our tribe. Help us rise. We'll do it together. Awesome. All right. Take it easy. Thank you. Ciao. Hey, pile two, welcome on in. All right. If you chose the Witch Tarot, this is your reading. All right. Go ahead and grab your popcorn or plug in your AirPods or something. What do people think of your social media, pile two? All right, collective. Wow. Okay. What do they think about your social media? Wow. Yes, please. Thank you. Oh, they think that you're in a happy state. They think you have happy home, happy life, happy family. You may post things about your family, or you may post things about your home. You may, these people are at a picnic right now, so you may post about your activities that you're out and about. If you go to like the carnival, or you travel or anything like that, anything that you're doing where it's like you're connecting with other people. It could be like Thanksgiving even, and taking pictures. I didn't share, pile two, you're special because I didn't share the pictures of the cards with the other pile, but this one I'm sharing right here. So it could even be like, like anything to do with like relationships, anything that infuses connecting and connection and like positive emotions. Um, there's a sense of like that warmth coming through and celebration, and maybe you're always on the go, going to different activities, connecting with different people. So your social media could definitely have pictures, videos, audio. Um, I just heard stories. So I don't know if you like story time or if you tell each other stories. There's a lot of people at these events. So you could have parties or anything like that. Okay, what are we reading? Oh my gosh. So another deck just fell out from pile one. This is amazing, from the gold for your pile two pile. Judgment, Six of Wands and the Queen of Cups. Wow, so people really find that you make solid judgments that are fruitful, and you're a great role model, and that you are often, it's like a sense of like, there's so much water energy here. There's so much like wand energy. So you're really passionate. People understand, they love the vibe, they love the energy. Judgment, let's see. They know that when your heart is invested in something, that they can anchor into that. No pun with the waters. Oh my gosh, that's amazing. Yeah, take that as a pun. I love that. Oh my gosh, that's awesome. Okay, Six of Wands. Yep. Six of Wands with a pun. So I don't know if you're punting in soccer or something. That's so funny. Okay. You also have there's a sense of your loved ones around you, the people you hold dear to you, the people that it's almost like you have a high respect for people in your life, that you share these activities and events and that you connect with. That's amazing, but they also think of you in that very regal way as well. You are showing up as a Queen of Cups and the Six of Wands. And yeah, you showed up with the Ten of Cups as well. What's interesting is pile one had a significator card that fell out. And it was kind of like we just used it as, I mean, it's not always used that for that, right? But we used it in a significant way for an overall theme. And in this pile, my gold coins. Wow. Oh my gosh, you're resourceful and you are like gold for people. Your presence is very cherished, treasured. You're highly resourceful. You know who to connect with. Mhm. You're a good steward or stewardess of your resources. You take care of those around you, not just emotionally, physically. I was going to say resourcefully, resourcefully. It's more like spiritually, emotionally, activity. It doesn't rhyme or anything. You have a lot. People recognize in your social media that you have, is it a granted access to the spiritual realm? There's a sense of hierarchy in the sense of camaraderie with you and your angels, your spirit guides, spiritual support, and they support and lift you up, and they are part of your family, your soul tribe, which is really cool. Wow. They've traveled with you for a very long time. You're at peace. People recognize that you're at peace, and it appears that you're like all your relationships, it seems like you have lots of people around you that really love you, and lots of people that you really admire and love as well. And you all hold each other in a high regard. You could have a lot of outdoor activities, or you could be like an event coordinator or planner. You could be not really a traveler. You're more like not even a homebody. You're more like kind of planned events. Um, or like, hey, I'll meet you on Thursday at this activity kind of a person, or at least like that's what people get from your social media. I wouldn't say you're more routine, but you kind of go with the flow. And I think this is a little unexpected for people. They find you have like an even temperament, but they also, how do you say that? Okay. There's a sense of accountability in your relationships and your foundations. I'm thinking foundations because my molar in the back wants to move. It's just like it's wanting to move. And usually when big foundations in my life are changing outside of my control, my teeth tend to hurt because it's the foundations of your mouth. And so that's never fun. But um, you could have really solid foundations piled too. And the relationships that you have with your family, your friends, people that you meet, you're somebody that's highly respected. It's showing me as like somebody very popular and I want to say a great networker too, because you go to all these different dynamics of groups, different group events, different activities, and you become like you understand how to connect with people on a deeper level. They feel like your family. They feel like they just like have known you forever. Spiritually, you could have like sorry for my itchy lips right now, but it's not actually itchy, but it's just like as I'm saying that, like when you're humming and you like separate your lips just a little bit so you can hum, and then it's like tickles your inner lips. Oh my gosh, I even just tickled right now. Oh my goodness, that's too funny. So it's kind of like that. Um, Yeah, you're really, really great at connecting like familial and deeper connections, and people just admire you for that. And you're just kind of like a homegrown celebrity. People want to get to know you more, and you allow that opportunity for them to get to know you more. And that's beautiful. But you also see, it seems like you have a lot of respect, self-respect, and respect for others. Oh my gosh. Underneath the 10 of cups, then we also have the 3 of cups. That's amazing. I love that. Total validation. So you could be holding your own parties and having lots of people over. You could be the entertainer, the host, hostess. Um, you could be having some sexy parties over there. Okay. Let's see. You can even have like parties where like 18 plus, right? Like it's like couple dynamics, like people who are single and couple dynamics. I'm seeing more than couple as well. Kind of like all is it dynamics? Oh, connections, right? Okay. And it looks like day or night. It looks like retreats. It's not looking like a retreat like Four of Pentacles or something, or like Four of Swords. It's not looking like you're isolating yourself. It looks like, and it's not like you're traveling. Um, you are constantly around people. People are constantly around you, and you're constantly, it brings you a lot of happiness. People just like, they're looking at your social media and they see all the people in your life. They see all the connections you have in your life. They see there's never a dull moment. You're always communicating about your interactions with people and or you're like self-dynamic to the external world, but something that brings you happiness. You thrive. You could be an extrovert. You thrive on, I heard attention, and you thrive on, I mean, who doesn't want to be celebrated in life, right? And you also thrive on visiting with people and connecting with people. And there's a sense of like they hold you high and support you. Again, my nose is going. Thank you, Spirit. You could be somebody's really important in your community, highly regarded. Okay. Yeah, as we say that, people might have crushes on you. You might find that people reach out to you on your social media. Yeah, Six of Cups. Oh my gosh. You have this like soulmate energy. Wow, people could be secretly DMing you and vice versa. You almost have to like bat them away. You're so popular. Popular. So popular. Hermit. Wow, you got nines right underneath each other. And then sevens right next to each other. Are you joking? So we have the Knight of Cups, the Six of Cups, Hermit, Queen of Wands, the Seven of Swords, the Seven of Wands, and the Nine of Swords. So what's interesting to me is that people kind of see you in the a polarity, right? So you'd be very loving with all these relationships. Um, and you could, okay, it's showing up that you could also have secret connections, secret communications, or like private DMs, or maybe you're on a dating site or something. Hopefully not if you're in a relationship or you're connected to somebody. Hopefully not. People, when they approach you, you have this very soulmate energy, and people just cannot help themselves but want to connect with you in a deeper way. Almost like a shamanic way, but you're like this like homegrown celebrity. And it's totally coming in. We got the Queen of Wands and we have the Six of Wands. It's amazing. Amazing. So you have, wow, you could literally be, this is giving High Priestess vibes, even though you're not. I wonder if you're somebody, so your social media is almost like the hidden part is that it's almost like hidden love. Seven of Wands, fighting off. You could be so popular with people like reaching out and sharing their appreciation of you. It could be smothering to you. Or you may just need like more space than a lot of people are. They're just so excited to get to know you, pile two. So it's hard being a celebrity sometimes, but if you're influencing people's lives in a positive way, they're gonna want more. Well, I guess people want what they want. Nine of Swords and the Hermit. You may privately, yeah, let's see. Hermit. No. People express their hearts to you. Oh, that's cool. Six of Cups with with the Hermit, which is nine, the Knight of Cups. It like literally like flows in. If I could hold this correctly, I'll show you this. Oh my gosh, he's literally extending flowers and roses to her. Oh my gosh, you could be doing your own thing and people are coming in and just sharing their love for you, sharing their admiration. They could have crushes. The Six of Cups is about you inspire them. And I just get like ancestor vibes from this whole smoke going up in smoke. Maybe this is a steamy connection right here. So that's exciting. Don't be pushing people away, but yeah, let them come to you. Definitely. That's so cool. Oh, that's cute. I love that that's like it literally lined up. Doesn't happen very often. Oh, maybe the stars are aligning for you. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh, and you got the Queen of Cups with the oops, sorry. And the Queen of Cups, dang it, with the Queen of Wands. Sorry. Well, maybe that's what YouTube wants, I don't know. But not who I am. Okay, Queen of Wands with the Queen of